Hi everyone, welcome back to the Robertson Media Center at UVA. Today we're going to continue our introduction to the Canon C200 by discussing how to record audio. The C200 eliminates the need for a separate audio recorder in many situations. However, if you want more options in editing and have the time and crew, we recommend an audio recorder as a duplicate system. Record both options and choose or mix them together later. With two XLR inputs, you can simultaneously record to two XLR sources. This can be handy for recording a lavalier mic and a shotgun mic, as well as a backup track using the monaural mic, or an 1/8" input on the 3rd and 4th channels. 4 total channels all in one single take. To use an external microphone, such as a shotgun mic attached to the camera, install the shock mount. This will reduce vibrations and handling noise. Mic level uses the camera's preamp, such as a typical microphone from the RMC front desk. Line level, in general, has already been through a preamp or mixer to boost the signal. Check out your device instructions to determine which to use, but in most cases you'll be recording directly from a microphone using the mic level setting. All of our microphones are analog. If you're using a microphone without a self-contained power source, you may need to turn on phantom power by turning the switch to mic plus 48V. But make sure to plug in the microphone before turning on phantom power. On the back of the camera, you'll find more audio controls. Just open the door to adjust them. Here, always set to M, or manual levels for recording. Only set to A, or automatic gain control, if you have a separate audio recorder and want a scratch track in camera. Setting to automatic allows the camera to change the recording volume automatically, which will sound terrible, as the noise floor also changes volume. Always check levels before recording. You can find them on the monitor. And adjust using the 0 to 10 adjustment here. Press the Audio Status button, number 9, for more details. Make sure you avoid clipping, which means the levels are too loud for the recording device, but also make sure the levels are loud enough. Essentially, you want levels as loud as possible without ever clipping. The C200 has dots at -10, -20, -30, and -40 decibels. Loud sounds, like voices, should peak around -6 to -12 decibels, or right around the -10 dot, but quiet sounds could be -20 or lower. For the most part, don't record below -30 for a sound you want to be heard clearly, unless you have a good reason. Now let's go into the menu to see our audio settings. On the first page, you can select your inputs. To record from XLR input 1 and 2, select Input Terminals. For the 1/8" mic input, on the top of the camera, select the mic terminal option. For the internal microphone, select the monaural mic option. Only use the internal microphone for a scratch track. It is not a good microphone. Don't forget that you can record a total of 4 channels at once. This means you can also record a scratch track, another microphone, or a safety track on 3 and 4. When in doubt, we suggest selecting the XLR inputs again, and on the second page, setting the levels lower. That way you have a safety track on each channel for unexpected levels fluctuations. To change the headphone volume, go into the menu under Audio Setup. You'll find it on the 4th page. Coming up next, we'll look at the post-production process for these video files. Stay with us.